Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming to our God's 90th birthday celebration. We're Ma's grandkids. We just wanted to say a few words about our lovely grandmother. I will be speaking in English only because my Gujarati is really, really bad. So, sorry. First of all, we really, really appreciate that so many of you guys could make it here. I know there's a lot going on, especially up there and stuff this weekend, but we really appreciate that you guys took the time out to come and celebrate this day with our Ba. I will start crying, I will let you know that right now. But Gopi and I grew up with Ba, so we got the opportunity to have her there whenever we needed her. When we were younger, Ba would always come and pick us up from school and drop us off at school as well. We used to take the school bus to school and Ba would walk us to the bus stop, and then she'd be there 20 minutes early before we got out to come and pick us up. When we got home, there was always garam roti and ras and all of her favorites ready for us, and sometimes she'd sneak in a Kit Kat or a Reese's. When, if mommy hid the candy or something, Ba would give it to us. She would always make sure that Gopi and I always got, whatever we wanted when we came home from school. But along with that, Ba was also very, very strict about studying. Gopi and I would want to come home, we'd want to, go out, play in the neighborhood with all of our friends, but Ba would make sure we sat there and finished our homework. So she would sit there and wait and watch us for a good 2-3 hours until we finished our homework. And even though she didn't know what our homework was, or she didn't know what we were doing, she would check it. And she would check our homework and she'd be like, oh, akotu che, asatu che, even though she didn't know what she was reading or doing. But she always took the time to care. And I know many times we hear that our grandmother is a gift from God, but for me, my grandmother gave me the gift of God. Without her bhakti and her devotion to Bhagwan, our family would not be who we are today. I'm gonna start crying. When we were younger, even in first, second grade, if we had the first day of school, whatever, Ba would pray for us. She would do a pratana before we left. Every time we left the house, Ba would say Bhagwan ne yaad kari ne jaje. Ete tomara aakho divas saro jaye. So even till this day, when we leave the house, right now, before we left, she said, Bhagwan ni murti saamne join ke jike tame aagar ne hame pachar. So that has always been instilled in our family. She has always made sure that, we went to Mandir, we were raised in satsang, that God was always the center of our life. And because of that, I don't think we would be the people we are today. If it wasn't for Ba's, I wouldn't say she pushed us to go to Mandir, but the fact that she established satsang in her family, we would not be who we are today. There's a lot of stuff I wrote on her, but I'm just gonna keep crying. So even in her spare time, she would be reading all the time. She's reading 24/7. Right now, it's her birthday, but she has a Marda in her hand, So this is who my grandmother is. She is a person who's devoted her life to God. In any circumstance, whether good or bad, she always thanks God. For the struggles, she thanks Him for making her stronger. For, the gifts that God gives us, she thanks Him for everything is due to God. Nothing is due to, oh, I did it, And we live in a very materialistic world where we take credit for everything we do. Ba never does that. Bhagwan ni daya thi thayu che, So that is always something that we have, been able to learn from her and keep with us for the rest of our life. I am very thankful that, we got the chance to grow up with her. Sometimes she would give us a hard time and she'd be like, Mummy ne kahi des ke tu aa kare che, Daddy ne kahi des ke tu sambarti nathi. But she was always had her back. Even when we were younger, she used to mess around with us, have fun with us, joke around. She always has a smile on her face. Even though she doesn't know what we're talking about, sometimes she just smiles at you. But I'm really, really grateful that, MADHU Ba is my Ba. She is one of a kind. There's no one out there like her. She is the glue that literally holds our family together. Without her, we would all be nothing. Thank you, Ba. We love you.